Ever been stuck in a meeting, furiously scribbling notes, trying to keep up, and all the while you're just wondering if you missed that one crucial detail. It's almost like managing meetings is a full-time job these days. That's exactly why today we're really diving deep into the world of AI meeting assistants. These aren't just like fancy tape recorders, they're actually designed to be your shortcut to staying informed, getting back precious time, and yeah, boosting your productivity. Our mission today: to cut through the noise, compare the top options out there, and help you find the perfect tool that genuinely solves your specific workflow headaches.
Exactly. We've looked at a ton of analyses, industry comparisons, all that stuff to see how these tools are, well, really changing how we handle discussions. The core idea is pretty simple, but also profound. They automate tasks like transcription, making notes, tracking action items, so you can actually focus during the meeting, knowing everything's being captured properly.
Right.
And the impact, it can be huge. We're talking hours saved each week. It really can change how you engage in meetings.
Okay, so stripping it back a bit, what exactly are these AI meeting assistants and why are they suddenly becoming, indispensable?
Well, at their heart, they're basically smart software using AI to handle all that admin stuff around meetings. So you can be present, actually engaged, instead of distracted trying to write everything down. And the market's quite diverse. Lots of different solutions, each with its own strengths. We're looking at the big players like Jamie, Read.ai, Otter.ai, Reclaim, Clockwise 2, Fathom, Calibri, Fireflies.ai, and Avoma. Each one is kind of best for something slightly different, from privacy concerns to detailed sales insights.
Right. Let's start with Jamie then. That one jumps out because of its privacy features. How does it manage to, well, handle the meeting without a bot actually sitting in your call? That sounds sneaky almost.
Yeah, discreet is probably the word. Jamie works without joining the call as a visible participant. And that's a massive plus for anyone in, say, finance or healthcare, those privacy-sensitive industries. Being German-based, it's fully GDPR compliant. That's the tough European data law. It uses AES, encryption, the strong stuff. And this is key aspects, meaning they explicitly state your data isn't used to train their AI models.
That's huge.
It really is. Users talk about saving significant resources, yeah, but also just having peace of mind that every key takeaway is captured securely, supports over 28 languages, pretty accurate too. People report saving like 4 to 6 hours a week.
Wow.
And it has this neat executive assistant sidebar. Uses GPT-4, Claude 3.5, plus their own AI.
Yeah.
Helps draft follow-ups, gives real-time help. The main thing to remember, though, transcripts are available after the meeting, not live.
Okay, after the meeting. That makes sense for the privacy focus, doesn't it? No live processing if you want maximum discretion.
Yeah.
But for people who do want that real-time transcription, maybe immediate notes, Otter.ai is a name lots of people know. What makes it such a staple?
Oh, yeah. Otter's a big one. They just passed $100 million in annual recurring revenue.
Yeah.
So clearly it's widely used. Its main thing is that real-time transcription. They aim for about 85% accuracy, which is pretty good for live. They have this autopilot feature, automates summaries, grabs shared slides, assigns action items automatically,
Right.
plus some AI chat for drafting follow-ups and stuff. Integrates widely too, Slack, Asana, Jira, the usual suspects. You can add custom vocabulary, which helps if you use a lot of jargon.
But there's always a but, right?
Well, yeah. Accuracy can sometimes dip with really technical terms or strong accents, or if people talk over each other really fast. And figuring out who said what can get tricky in bigger, faster meetings. Speaker identification isn't always perfect.
Makes sense. So good for general purpose. Maybe it needs a bit of caution for super specific or complex scenarios. What about going beyond just notes, like getting actual insights into how the meeting went, the dynamics between people?
Right. For that kind of meeting intelligence, Read.ai is definitely a strong contender. They've got something like 40,000 daily users. It does real-time transcription over 20 languages, but its standout feature is really the AI coaching tools.
Coaching. How does that work?
It analyzes things like your speaking pace, whether you're using inclusive language, even sentiment analysis. So you get feedback on your communication style, which can help you improve. Pretty neat.
That is interesting.
Yeah, and it links up with CRMs like HubSpot and Salesforce, has a mobile app too. The potential downside. Similar to Otter, speaker ID can be a bit iffy in large meetings or with lots of quick back and forth, and it might stumble over really informal slang sometimes.
Okay. And what about Calibri? You mentioned it leans towards high accuracy in sales.
Exactly. Calibri is really tailored for sales teams, client-facing roles. They boast over 95% transcription accuracy, which is impressive.
Wow, yeah.
It gives you real-time captions, plus this cool agenda tracker. It literally ticks off items as you discuss them.
Handy.
And its Sales Copilot provides real-time prompts during the call, like key info you might need. It also analyzes trends across meetings, customer objections, competitor mentions, that sort of thing. One user raved about how powerful the AI summaries are.
So it's looking for patterns, not just transcribing.
Precisely. Strategic insights, it supports multiple languages, but typically you need a higher tier plan for languages beyond English.
Got it. So we've covered tools that capture the content of meetings really well, but let's shift gears a bit. What about the struggle just to get meetings on the calendar in the first place and protecting that precious focus time? Are there AI tools for that side of things?
Absolutely. And that's where tools like Reclaim and Clockwise come into play. They're different beasts entirely. They are not transcription tools. They are intelligent scheduling platforms. Calendar optimization is their game.
Okay. Tell me about Reclaim first.
Reclaim focuses on making your calendar smarter, helping teams reduce meeting overload, blocking out and protecting focus time. They say users save an average of 4.9 hours a week just on scheduling tasks, and it improves work-life balance by like 44%.
That's significant.
Yeah. It prioritizes focus time, helps manage habits like lunch breaks, aligns tasks. It's SOC2 Type 2 certified too, takes privacy very seriously. Priority 0, they call it. The catch needs Google Calendar or Outlook. And again, no transcription features. It's purely scheduling.
Right. And Clockwise, what's its angle on fixing our calendars?
Clockwise looks at a ton of meetings, over 160 million daily, they say, to proactively fight meeting overload. It uses AI to automatically shift meetings around to resolve conflicts and carve out those dedicated work blocks. It shields your focus time from interruptions.
So it moves things automatically.
It does. An engineering manager there mentioned how its deep integrations, like with Asana, save them loads of development time. Instacart apparently uses it heavily to keep days smooth.
Okay. Any downsides?
The main thing is it only reschedules meetings once a day, not instantly in real time. So it works best for teams that have a bit of flexibility in their schedules already.
Understood. Okay, now circling back to sales professionals. They often need meeting insights piped directly into their CRM. Which tools really shine there?
Right, that integration is crucial. Fathom is designed specifically for speed and seamless CRM connection. It generates AI summaries incredibly fast, under 30 seconds. Claims over 90% accuracy, though independent tests put it around 87%, which is still very solid.
Still good, yeah.
Has an Ask Fathom assistant, lets you chat with your recordings, pull out details, generate follow-ups. And here's a big one. It has a genuinely useful free plan with unlimited recording and transcription, plus a crazy high net promoter score of 81. People seem to love it.
A good free plan is rare.
It is. A sales pro summed it up. Our biggest win is that our team can be present during the call instead of just taking notes.
Makes sense. Any limitations?
Similar issues sometimes with speaker ID if there are strong accents or overlapping talk, and summaries might be a bit light for super technical stuff.
Okay. And Avoma. Sounds like another big player for sales, maybe even more comprehensive.
Avoma is definitely a powerhouse, especially for revenue teams. It combines scheduling, follow-ups, notes, and advanced revenue intelligence. It boasts 95% real-time transcription accuracy, over 60 languages, and it's specifically trained to handle industry jargon and different accents well.
That's a key differentiator.
Absolutely. Its AI handles notes, drafts, emails, updates your CRM fields automatically. But critically, it also offers things like deal risk alerts, AI sales scoring, even win-loss analysis across your deals.
Wow, that's deep.
Yeah. One director of business development said their top salespeople couldn't live without Avoma. It integrates deeply with Salesforce, HubSpot, Pipedrive. It's a real end-to-end solution for sales ops.
Impressive stuff. Okay, one more category. What if you want to turn all these conversations into, like, a living, searchable library, a knowledge base you can actually ask questions of?
The knowledge base builder. For that, Fireflies.ai is probably the go-to. It excels at turning conversations into searchable archives. Over 95% accuracy, 59+ languages.
So accurate and broad language support.
Right. And its killer feature is Ask Fred. It's powered by ChatGPT, basically an assistant for your meeting history. You can ask it questions about past meetings, get into draft emails, even create social media posts from discussions.
That's pretty powerful.
It is. And its Smart Search lets you find specific moments or topics across all your recorded meetings really quickly. Integrates broadly, too. Over 50 apps, project management, CRMs, turns action items into tasks automatically in those tools.
Any drawbacks?
Highly accurate, but some users have reported occasional minor inconsistencies. Nothing major, but worth noting. A user perfectly described its value, bringing more structure and more transparency.
Okay, wow. That is a lot of options,
Yeah.
each with its own distinct flavor. So how does someone actually choose? Given all these different strengths, how do you pick the one that's right for you?
Yeah, it can feel overwhelming. The absolute key is to focus on solving your specific workflow problems. What are your biggest pain points? And step one always has to be prioritizing privacy and security, especially if you handle sensitive data.
Right. Non-negotiable for many.
Exactly. Look for those certifications, SOC2, ISO 27001, GDPR, ISPO compliance. Make sure they explicitly state, in writing, that your data isn't used for training their AI models. As someone from Fellow AI wisely said, these tools will be essential by 2025, but not all are created equal when it comes to security. Sometimes that slight sacrifice in real-time features for total data control, like with Jamie, is the right call.
Okay, privacy at first. What's next?
Next, really align the pricing with your team size and how you'll use it. Free tiers are great for trying things out, maybe for solo users or tiny teams. But for mid-sized or larger orgs, you need to look beyond just the per user per month cost. Think about usage limits, enterprise plans with extra features like analytics or support. What's the total cost and what's the value you expect to get back? Does it scale?
Good point. Then what?
Then, compatibility and integrations. This is huge. Your existing tech stack, Teams, Slack, your CRM, project tools should guide your choice. The magic happens when these things connect smoothly. Like that Brew Interactive example, they got a 15–18% productivity boost integrating MeetGeek with Slack and Monday.com.
Right, because it wasn't just recording, it was pushing the info where they already worked.
Exactly, it's slotted right in. The founder said they were lacking the recording tool, but the integration unlocked the real value.
Makes sense. What else?
If you're a global team, language and accessibility are critical. Don't just tick a box saying it supports languages. Test it. How well does it actually handle different accents, dialects? Can it manage multilingual conversations effectively? If it struggles, it becomes a barrier, not a help.
Good practical advice. Test the real-world performance.
Definitely. And finally, maybe the most crucial, test how it genuinely fits your day-to-day workflow. The best assistant isn't just the one with the longest feature list. It's the one that effortlessly automates your most tedious post-meeting tasks. Drafting follow-ups, syncing notes to the CRM, whatever you spend time on.
Right. Does it actually save you time?
Precisely.
Yeah.
And how easy is it to set up and use? Some are basically ready to go instantly. Others need more configuration. Jamie, for example, is noted for being flexible across different meeting types with minimal setup. As one writer put it perfectly, the best tool is smart, reliable, and fits right into your existing workflows without making you miss a beat.
That's a great framework. Focus on your problem, security, cost, integration, language, and workflow fit. But let's zoom out for a second. Beyond just making my life easier, how are these tools changing how whole teams work together? That feels like the bigger picture here.
Oh, absolutely. They're fundamentally reshaping team collaboration. Yeah. First, they break down communication barriers. Think about it. Structured summaries, clear action items. Everyone gets the same information, even if they miss the meeting. No more who agreed to what. Confusion.
Yeah, that single source of truth idea.
Exactly. And for distributed teams, or multilingual ones, real-time transcription and language support are massive. Everyone can follow along, contribute, stay informed. It levels the playing field.
Okay, better information access. What else?
Automating the drudgery. We know people spend, 35% of their time in meetings, plus hours on follow-ups. AI assistants can slash that related workload by up to 50%. That's huge time and cost savings. One study, using Sembly, found orgs actually cut meeting attendees by 25% and shorten meetings by 10–15 minutes. It changes meeting culture.
Fewer people, shorter meetings. That sounds good.
Doesn't it? And this automation directly boosts focus during the meeting, too. If you're not frantically typing notes, you can actually engage, listen critically, contribute better ideas, leads to better decisions. Plus, some tools offer those subtle insights into team dynamics, like who's talking the most, which can help teams self-correct and collaborate more effectively over time.
Interesting. So it makes the meeting itself better, too.
Right. And critically, as we touched on, they integrate. They fit into existing workflows, Slack, Teams, Google Workspace, CRMs. They don't force you to adopt a whole new system. Given that office workers spend over half their time in communication tools already, tools that integrate seamlessly just add value without adding friction. They become sort of an invisible, indispensable helper.
Wow. What an incredible journey through this landscape, from like hyper-focused privacy tools like Jamie, all the way to these revenue intelligence powerhouses like Avoma. It really feels like these aren't just a nice to have anymore, are they? They're becoming a strategic advantage.
I completely agree. They're moving beyond novelty to necessity for anyone serious about optimizing time and knowledge. The right AI meeting assistant genuinely can transform your work life. It frees you from that admin burden, lets you focus on higher value work.
So thinking about this, what does it really mean for you, the listener? Maybe the next time you schedule a meeting, the question isn't just what will be discussed. It's also, what if the biggest outcome was how much more focused, collaborative, and ultimately productive you could be because AI was handling the mechanics?
Yeah, that raises a really interesting question for everyone listening. If you could automate all that meeting admin, how would that fundamentally change your work week? What could you do with that reclaimed time? More strategic thinking, deeper collaboration, maybe even just more time for, personal creative projects you keep putting off.
It's a powerful thought. We really hope this deep dive helps you navigate all these options and find that perfect tool to make your meetings finally work smarter, not harder. Until next time, keep learning and keep diving deep.